Thank you so much for joining us. Please, there's teas and coffees and everything for later. We're going to get started for now, and good luck, enjoy, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very much, Georgia. So, for those of you who don't know me, my name's Emma. I'm the Council's Heritage Manager and responsible for the Museums and Archives Service. So we look after all of the Council's heritage collections. So that includes things like civic regalia, but also lots of objects and photographs donated by the local community. We also look after the Council's historic records, and that includes the records of predecessor organisations. So we look after the records of the Borough of Armadale and lots of records of organisations, school records, etc. So today's event is being held to celebrate the launch of our new Community Heritage Project, celebrating Armadale's history from Atlas Works to ACDC, which is a bit of a mouthful, but it sounded good when we put it on the lottery application. So this project has been developed by a partnership team, which includes the Museums and Archives Service, which is just myself and half an assistant, the wider Customer and Community Services, so Museums and Archives does sit within Customer and Community Services, and the Town Centre Manager, as well as the organisation formerly known as the Armadale Partnership Centre Management Committee, and we don't quite know what to call them anymore, so they've ended up a bit like Prince. So this afternoon, it's your chance to find out a bit more about the project, how it came about, and more importantly, it's a chance to celebrate some positive news for Armadale, investment for the community, and a project which we firmly believe has the opportunity to enhance the local community. So none of this would have come about without the help and support of the Management Committee, and also without ACDC. And I'd now like to invite Bill Baird to say a few words and to explain why ACDC resulted in a community heritage project.
Thanks, Emma. I'm a Ramones fan as well, but I thought I'd make the effort today. Okay, so the background to this, hang on, I'm getting a drop it here. The background to this was way back on Wednesday, 18th of December 2024. An Armadale Partnership Centre Management Committee had just broken up, and the chairperson and myself, Susan Rooney, were walking along the corridor, and as we passed the sports hall, I remarked to Susan that the 50th anniversary ACDC playing at the centre would be coming up soon, and it would be good to mark the event with something like a blue plaque or something like that for the building, because it was such a cultural event for the whole town. And Susan totally agreed with that, and moreover, she suggested that there should be maybe a tribute concert as well. So I thought, well, that's a really good idea. I thought maybe we could speak to the library and maybe get an exhibition. And this had all happened just getting to the sports hall door to the front door. So in the space of about 15 years, we came up with all these ideas and that like. So at the next Management Committee meeting in January 2025, we put the proposal forward and it was accepted, and a working group consisting of me and Susan kind of started getting the ball rolling in it. And from there on, we managed to get ACDC UK to come along, and they played here on the 2nd of May, exactly 50 years to the day, to mark the 50th anniversary of the ACDC actually playing at the centre, and it was a fantastic gig, and it was attended by 132 people, which was excellent. It was a sellout. I think effectively that was it. But as we kind of got as we were getting the thing organised, not like libraries, you got museums involved, and Emma got involved in that and put forward a very successful lottery application, which has allowed the exhibition to take place. We've secured a couple of guitars. One of them was a Malcolm Young signature guitar. Malcolm was the rhythm guitarist with ACDC, and we've got that proudly displayed. We also managed to acquire a Gibson SG, which is a replica of the guitar that Angus Young, his brother, played on. So they'll form the sort of main bits of the exhibition. So yeah, there's so many people to thank for getting involved in it, and it's great that people at Armadale have warmed to it, and it's great to see you all along here today and that. So I'd just like to say thank you, and just hand back to Emma.
Thank you very much, Bill. So I would now like to pass you over to Councillor Andrew Maguire, who is in a rush, so he's only going to speak for a couple of moments, so I'm sure you're all very pleased it will be a short councillor speech. And he will just say a couple of words about a award from the National Lottery Heritage Fund.
Thanks very much, Emma. If anybody knows anything about me, brief is not usually what I do, and I don't usually need a microphone. I just wanted to echo what's already been said. So we had the grant of £14,000 from the lottery, which £35,000, sorry. £35,000, there we go. Which I just think is tremendous, and as Emma said, it's some investment in the town which is much needed, and it celebrates a huge honour that we had of AC/DC playing here 50 years ago. I won't be shameful enough to ask anyone if they were here 50 years ago, but certainly on the night when we had the tribute band, there was certainly quite a few people that could remember that day 50 years ago. So I hope everyone enjoys their afternoon. I do have to dash, which is very unfortunate, but yeah, I hope you have a fantastic time. Thanks.
So, top tip for the future there, if you have a councillor at an event, invite someone who has to go somewhere else afterwards. So, while the Armadale ACD concert was very much the inspiration for the project, and we wouldn't have had the project without it, the next 6 months is going to be about much more than that. And we want to involve as many people as possible in the celebration of Armadale's rich history. A key aim of the project is to extend and to reimagine the community museum display space in the library, and that will include a new temporary exhibition wall, a new conservation grade display case, which will enable us to put more objects on display and which also isn't sinking like the current case. We will also be adding a digital kiosk which we can put loads of digital heritage content on. That can include film footage, hundreds if not thousands of pictures, oral history interviews, puzzles, memory games, the list goes on. We also want to brighten up the space, and as part of the project we're going to be working with an artist to create a new stained glass effect window vinyl, and that will be installed at the front of the building and will be a chance for both individuals and groups to get involved in community workshops to create that piece. Young people will also be a key part of the project. So pupils at Armadale Academy have already supported us with photography for our AC/DC tribute night, and this afternoon we have the Armadale Academy school band ready to provide you with entertainment. Beyond that, pupils will be recording podcasts which will be incorporated into the digital kiosks. Meanwhile, there will also be an opportunity for primary school pupils to get involved. So we'll be delivering object-based handling sessions that will give pupils the chance to touch and feel objects associated with Armadale's history, and they will also take part in co-production workshops where they will find out about careers in heritage, and they will also take on the role of museum curator and will write some of the new labels for the displays. Now, there will be an opportunity for groups and individuals to get involved in the project as well. So what I would like to do this afternoon is to tell you a bit more about how you can get involved. So if you're a part of a group, and I know there's some groups along here today, we want to get you involved in telling the story of Armadale's history. The first step is to sign up for an interpretation workshop. I can come out and see you during your normal meeting times, and you can choose to participate in one session or work with our service over a longer period of time. We're also looking for volunteers to get involved in a wider range of activities. So firstly, we'll be setting up a community museum group, and that's for anyone who has an interest in the history and heritage of Armadale. We're also looking for volunteers to carry out project-specific activities like digitisation, interviewing people about their memories, supporting reminiscence activities, as well as volunteers to help with the development of interpretation, and training will be available for all of those roles. Now, we understand that time is really precious, and lots of you have got busy diaries and don't have time to do much else. But there are still ways that you can get involved in supporting the project. So we're looking to collect objects linked to Armadale and the people who live here now and the people who've lived here in the past. We're also looking to collect photographs, film footage, list goes on. And if you're not sure something is relevant, just ask. I'm sure those young people are off to find some objects to donate. We're also keen to get as many young people as possible to sign up to share memories of life in the town, share memories of local shops, going to school in the town, working life, sports, drinking, absolutely anything. All it takes is an hour of your time. And sharing memories is something that can be quite difficult to get people to sign up for, and we have had challenges in the past. I think people often think that their stories are not important or that somebody else will come forward. But there's no greater gift that you can give to future generations than stories of your life. It's also really important that Armadale's history is not told by newspapers or academics, but by the people of Armadale themselves. So this is your chance to make sure that you, your group, your family are part of that history. Importantly, if stories about Armadale are not preserved, they will ultimately be lost. With your support, we can make sure that they are part of Armadale's story both today and in the future, and that they're preserved for future generations. If you can help us in any of these ways, we have got lots of leaflets at the back. If you don't already have one, please take one. And you can use those leaflets to sign up in the project. There's a QR code for those of you with smartphones, and you can fill out an online form. If you don't do smartphones, that's completely acceptable. And there's a slip that you can fill out at the bottom and cut off. Now, ideally, I would like you to fill out those today before you leave the room, just in case you forget, but please take extra leaflets and tell your friends and family about the project. So, we have a grant of 35,000 from the lottery. We also had money from the management committee, and that's really important in helping us to secure external funding. But again, that wouldn't have been possible without additional funds from the Town Centre Management Fund, and I'm going to get Nairn, the Town Centre Manager, to tell you a wee bit about that. And sorry, Nairn, I don't mean to forget you, and I won't forget you again. I bet you would have been quite happy.
Thank you, Emma. Just taking the lead from Councillor Maguire, I'll try and keep this very short because I know you're very keen to hear the young talent behind the curtain. So really just to thank Emma for the welcome and introduction. Cutting through the chase, I'm absolutely delighted to be here, to see you all here. This is such a really exciting project. It's probably one of the most fascinating projects that I've been involved with, and I think the town and the community has so much local heritage. Whether it's in somebody's head, whether it's on a photograph, it's something that we really, really want to capture. From my perspective, I work within the Council's Economic Development Service. We are here generally to support the community, the residents and the business community.
From my perspective, I'm really keen that we get as much content into the museum space. It's going to be a much bigger, vibrant space than we have. It's hopefully going to encourage more people into the building to use the facilities, amenities, as well as obviously see the heritage and everything else. But we also, from a kind of economic and a community perspective, we very much hope that it's going to bring more people into the town centre. I mean, obviously the community is growing and will continue to grow. So it's very much driving footfall back onto the main street and into the community centre. So it's very much a bigger jigsaw. As Emma sort of concluded, I'm very keen to see how the next stage of the project moves on. To look to hear from yourselves, as Emma said, to get yourself, your neighbours, your friends, anybody who doesn't even maybe live in Armadale anymore to input in whatever way they can, because really the museum is yours. It's there for you to contribute to it. So I'm just really excited and fascinated, and I appreciate you all being here, and thanks for letting me be part of it.
Thank you very much. To come and ask any of the project team questions, I will go and stand at the display board. So if you want to come over and ask me anything about the project and how you can get involved, just come and speak to me. Please make sure you've got a leaflet, and please sign up, and I hope you enjoy chatting and listening to the band, and we will reconvene in about 10 to 15 minutes to hear the band. And if you are leaving early, don't leave without the leaflet.
So when I got the opportunity to introduce the band, I was very, very excited. I'm really keen to introduce the band Rain. I got a little bit of background as to why they went for the name Rain. And they inspired to be bigger and better than Oasis. So we are part of history, everybody. Yes. Woo! And because I said to them ages ago, do you know AC/DC started small in Armadale? You could be the next AC/DC. And guess what, everybody? You're part of it. So please put your hands together and introducing the Rain.